Hello everyone, welcome back guys. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badruddin and today we are going to solve a machine from Hackthebox. The machine name is MetaTwo and the difficulty level of this machine is easy. So without wasting time, let's jump into it. So the first thing first, which is nmap scan. So I'm gonna say nmap space -sc for default scripts, space -s capital V for version enumeration, and the target IP is 10.10.11.186. And I want to save the scan results in a file named as default.nmap. To save the time, I already ran the scan, so I would like to show you the scan results. So here is your scan result. There are 3 ports open: port number 22, which is TCP port and the port state is open, and port number 21 is default for FTP. Second port is port number 22. Again, this is TCP port, port state is open, and this is default for SSH, port number 22, and it's using OpenSSH 8.4p1 Debian. Third port is port number 80, again open, HTTP, and it's using NGINX 1.18.0. And as you can see here, it's trying to redirect our request from IP to this domain name, which is metapress.htb. I already created a record in my etc host file so that I can now open in the browser with the domain name metapress.htb. So when we come to this page, we can see there is MetaPress official company site. This site will be launched soon. In the meanwhile, you can sign up to our launch event and be sure do it from here. So there is one link to go to the events. Also, if we go to Webalizer, and in the Webalizer we can see that this website is hosted on WordPress, built on WordPress with the PHP. It's using MySQL database, and if we scroll down, we can see here also there is NGINX, and the most interesting part, a lot of information you can get here about this application, that the WordPress site, it's using 2021 theme, right? So when we see that this is WordPress site and we know that it's using some kind of themes, it's using NGINX built on PHP using database MySQL with the version also, so 5.6.2. maybe this version we can go and check whether this version is vulnerable or not, and how that vulnerability can be exploited. We can check that, but in a moment. So the first thing first, we can also test these things from different ways also. If you do not use Webalizer, I should recommend Webalizer, but if you are not using Webalizer, you can go to WhatWeb and then just simply pass that metapress.htb, hit enter and just wait a moment. Now until that finished, I'm going to open this event endpoint in a different tab. Okay, and this is the event. So here are some information. We will see that in a minute, but once we see that this application is built on WordPress, so simultaneously in my mind one thing clicked, that why should not we use WP scan to scan this, whether we get maybe some kind of vulnerability. And WP scan is very powerful against WordPress, and it is basically built for the WordPress sites. Now the WhatWeb result is already there, and as you can see here, it's using WordPress 5.6.2, it's using PHP 8.0.24, and same also NGINX 1.18.0. So that means the Webalizer information is correct because you check it from different sources. Now the thing is, I would like to run WP scan also. So WP scan space hyphen help. Oh, come on. Okay, let's see what we have. So the first thing, I would like to use this URL. Second, I would like to enumerate, but enumerate what? I would like to enumerate all plugins used by the WordPress. So WordPress, there are tons of plugins used by WordPress that support WordPress for different purposes, for different features. And most of the time, whenever you see any WordPress site, you should check plugins, because a lot of time maybe the plugin is not updated, or the plugin have vulnerabilities. So this is a very powerful source or attack surface, you can say, where you can check the vulnerabilities. Fine. So I would like to use this one, space with space -e. And plugin detection mode. This is also very important in term when you are going to test the plugins. So by default, the plugin detection mode is passive mode. So I would like to use mixed mode. There are 3 modes: mixed mode, passive mode, and aggressive mode. So passive mode basically very stealthy. You are not going to directly engage with the target, but mixed mode is with passive and aggressive, not very stealthy and not very aggressive, but mix of those, right? So these are the switch I'm going to use. So wp scan space -- URL, and URL is going to be metapress.htb, and I would like to use space -e switch. With space -e switch, I would like to check all the plugins with all the themes, and I would like to use plugins detection, and the mode is going to be mixed, right? Hit enter, let it work, and we can carry on our enumeration here. So this is the service. Let's see if there is anything. So it is some kind of scheduling, basic detail, nothing much. We can also try to see plugins. Also, one more thing you can do, which is directory enumeration, because once we see WP or WordPress, we know the directory structure. It is very famous that you are going to have WP admin to log in. You will have WP content. A lot of directories are there. Let's see WP admin if there is login page. Yes, there is login page. So we need username and password for this. And here I'm going to see the page source for the plugins. We can also check plugins here in the page source. Mostly once you are dealing with WordPress, in the page source you will get some information about the plugins. Always remember, not only in the WordPress, but because we are dealing with WordPress, so keep in mind that you will get most of the directories here, like WP include. Okay. WP admin, nothing more here in the admin page source, but this one, events, I would like to see page source here also. So right click, view page source, a bit bigger. So you can see WP content. There are plugins, and it's using plugin Booking Press appointment booking. And if you read further, you will also find the version information. So the version is 1.0.10. And if we click on this page, and let's see what Webalizer give us, if there is any plugin mentioned. So no, there is no plugin. There is no plugin, but in the page source, we know that Booking Press appointment booking. Okay, so what we got up to now, I'm going to write it down here. So the WordPress version, copy that, come back here. Okay, here we have 21, 22, and port number 80, WordPress, and the plugin, it is using this one. Come on. Copy and paste it here. I don't need all these. I just need this one and its version information. also plugin, right? Fine. Now let's see, I'm going to see if this plugin is vulnerable or not. Let's see what WP scan gave us. It's still checking. This is theme, so we already saw before that 2021 theme is used, and it's still scanning about the plugins. So leave that and we will carry on here. Okay, so the plugin name was Booking Press. Let's see, Booking Press WP or we can say WordPress plugin exploits. So Booking Press less than of version 1.0.11. What we have here, 1.0.10. So Booking Press plugin, any version less than 1.0.11 is vulnerable to unauthenticated SQL injection. And because we don't know the username and password, so this could be the thing we are looking for. So I'm going to copy that, come back here, reference, paste that. Okay, this is the proof of concept. So it's saying the plugin fails to properly sanitize user supplied post data, okay, before it is used in a dynamically constructed SQL query via the Booking Press front get category service AJAX action available to unauthenticated user, leading to an unauthenticated SQL injection. So the problem is in the sanitization. Okay, and proof of concept, there is a query already given here. We can try this query. Okay, this is union based, because you can see here, if I can, okay, this one, this total service parameter is actually vulnerable to SQL injection. And as you can see, this is union based SQL injection, and it is also vulnerable for time based. So this one is for time based SQLi, and this one is for union based. So we will see that. Let's first copy this back here, Control C. Okay, now that's okay. We don't need HTTPS, we just need HTTP. Here we can say metapress.htb. WP admin we already saw, but we don't know whether admin ajax.php is there or not. I'm going back to the WP scan. Here we may get, and as you can see here, WP admin ajax.php is there. Fine, so that's okay. But now the thing is, we need to see this WP nonce value, because if you read carefully this, you will need here WP nonce parameter, because for every application or maybe for every session, this nonce value is going to be different. So I'm going back here, right click, view page source, and let's find out WP nonce. And as you can see, this is the WP nonce value. So I'm going to copy this back here. Where is it? This one, paste that. Okay, now let's try this. So what this SQL injection query is doing, it is going to retrieve the version of the database, version comment, and compiled operating system. Okay, so we will get the operating system, which operating system is used on the target machine, and if there is any comment, version comment, and what version of database, MySQL database is used. So I'm going to copy this back here, it's still not finished. Okay, open new, paste that, hit enter, and as you can see, booking press service ID, and this is the version information. Fine. And this is your Debian 11. This is the operating system. Comment, maybe this one, operating system, and this is the comment, maybe this is the comment here. The second one is version comment, and the third one is compiled operating system. Fine. So if this is the thing, and we know that MySQL or MariaDB is used, we can try to arrange this to know what database name we have here. And how we can do it, it's actually, you can change it as you want. Okay, so instead of actually 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that means 9 columns are there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, instead of that, I'm gonna say 6, then 7, then 8, then 9. Fine. And to just test it, I'm going to say or database, okay, to see whether this one will work or not. Copy that, back again to the terminal, clear this and paste that, hit enter, and as you can see, the database used here is blog. This is the database name, blog. Fine. Now we need to see how many tables are there. Okay, so how we will do that, we can further investigate by just saying here, let's say, instead of that, group underscore concat, and we can say schema underscore name, I think schema underscore name, and in the last I can say from information underscore schema dot schema. Okay, let's test this. Control C, come back here, clear this and paste that. So as you can see, information schema give us all the database present in the database. So the first database, this is the default one, information schema, and the second one is blog. That means our query is working properly. Now we need to see tables. So how we will see the tables? So instead of schema name, I can say here table name, and from information schema dot, instead of schema I can say tables, where table schema is equal to database, like this. Fine. So it will retrieve us all the tables inside the database. Is that because we saw before this value bring us the database name, which is blog. So this will bring us all the tables inside the blog database, right? Hit enter, and as you can see, this is the first table, WP option. This is the second table. This is the third table. Up to here, this is the fourth table, and this is the fifth table. And this is important for us because we need to know the username and password, the credentials we are looking for, so that we can log in to this application. Right now we need to retrieve the passwords, username and password, actually the content of this table, WP users. So I'm going to say the database name is blog and the table name is WP users. Right now what I'm going to do here is I already open up the burp proxy here. So maybe this table have a lot of contents we need to see. You can also use column names in the same query, but I would like to also show you how you can use SQL map to do that. So I'm just going to execute this query. Fine. Not this one. Let's try. Yeah, this one is better. So I'm going to use this query, and I'm going to use proxy in between. That is our burp suite, and hit enter. So now go to the burp suite, go to the proxy, HTTP history. Here we have the post request. Okay. So I'm going to right click on the request and copy this request to a file, and let's say request.txt. Hit enter, save, come back here, cat request.text. So this is our query. Now to pass this request to the SQL map, we need some modifications. And how we will do that? Actually, we don't need all of this. Just write any number here, like 1111, whatever, and save it. Now back to the SQL map. Here, terminal, I'm gonna say SQL map space -r for the request, and this is the request. Then I'm gonna say the parameter which is vulnerable is total service. This parameter, total_service. Copy that, paste it here. Then we know now what is the database. So space -dbems, database is going to be MySQL. Okay, we also know now the database name, which is blog. We know the table name, which is wp_users. Okay, now we need to dump. It's --dump and --batch. So by using --batch switch, it is not going to ask you all the questions. It will automatically select the best option. So just hit enter, wait for it, and let's go and see WP scan is still working. So let it work. Till then we can do one more thing. It's working. Let's try to find out if WordPress version 5.6.2 whether it is vulnerable or not. So back here, WordPress 5.6.2 exploits, 5.6.2 vulnerabilities. Unauthenticated blind SSRF via DNS rebinding. XSS, this is client side. Open redirect. Authenticated XXE within the media library affecting PHP. And this is vulnerable to 5.6, from 5.6 to 5.7, and we have 5.6.2. So that means this may work. Okay, we will see that in a minute. I don't need that. And here we already dumped the table. So I'm going to write admin, and this is the password for hash password for admin. I'm going to come here, and let's say admin, and paste that. Then the second user is manager, and the hash for the manager is this. So copy that and come back here, paste that, save this file, desktop htb MetaTwo, and let's save it here, hash. Okay, now it's time to unleash the beast, which is John the Reaper, or you can also use hashcat hash and space -w for the word list. So word list is going to be user share word list rocku.txt. Hit enter and let it work. Till then, back to this. Okay, also one more thing is interesting here, affecting PHP 8. And if we come back here, I write that down, I missed that. So this is the problem. Make sure you always write every possible interesting information. Yeah, PHP 8.0.2 is used. So PHP 8.0.2, that means very much chances that this version, this target is vulnerable to this one. So let's try to open this, and there is proof of concept. So it's saying a user with the ability to upload files like an author can exploit the XML parsing issue in the media library, leading to XXE vulnerability. Okay. WordPress used an audio parsing library called ID3 that was affected by the XML external entity, which is XXE vulnerability affecting PHP version 8 and above. This particular vulnerability could be triggered when parsing wave audio file. Okay, and there is proof of concept. So what we need to do, we need to create one wave file, which is going to be our payload. Okay, and this wave file will contain the DDT file. So we need to create two files. One is payload, which will call our XXE file, which is DTD file. Okay, and we need to create one DTD file. That file will actually contain the file which we want to read. Okay, so we can try one more way because of that. So leave that. I'm going to pause the video. Once it's finished, I will be back. Welcome back. So the password is cracked, and if we can show you like this, so as you can see, this is the password, but still we don't know which password is this. It actually cracked only one password, and one password is left, but I interrupted the process. So if you want to know for which hash this is the password, so you can easily just type like this, admin, and here manager, save it, come back here, and one more time hit this. So as you can see, this is the password for manager user. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, Control C, back here. Let's go, and we are going to log in to the application, which is going to be this. So username is manager, and this is the password. Okay, now let's log in. Don't save. Okay, so we can log in, and if we go to the media, there is media library. We need to check whether we can upload or not. So as you can see, once we click on add new, so here we can upload. Somewhere else, the POC, this one, open it in a new tab. Okay, don't need that. Okay, so I think this also we can use, and here it used hexadecimal hex values. So just copy that, copy back here, here we can paste that. Not this one, actually. Okay, this is better. So view raw and view raw. We don't need that. We don't need that. Come back here. Control A, copy this one. Back here, paste that. And here, this is the attacker IP. So 10.10.14.206. This is my IP. You can also change, publish it on any port, other port. Here I am publishing on port number 80, and my DTD file name is hell.dtd. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one is this. So this is the hell.dtd. Copy that, come back here, paste that, and here also we need few alteration, which is this, and it's reading etc passwd. That seems okay. Copy this, come here, it's still working. Actually, I'm going to interrupt that. We don't need that now. Paste it here, hit enter, ls space -la. So payload.web file is there. Second file is this, which is going to be hell.dtd. So come back here, nano hell.dtd, and paste that here. Okay, everything seems perfect. Control O, enter, Control X, and now again come back here. We don't need that here, and let's upload this file again and go back here. Yeah, this time we get it. So if we, because we converted it into the base 64, so just copy this, come back here, clear this, echo base 64 space -d to decode, and paste the content here, hit enter, and there you go. So this is the etc passwd file on the target machine. We have www data here. This is the user with the bin bash, okay, and root. So I'm going to copy this, come back here, paste that, okay, clear this. Now what else we can read? We can try to read SSH ID RSA private key for this user, but unfortunately that is not present. Okay, so clear this. Whatever you need to change, you just need to change this. Rest of the things will be okay. Now suppose that if you want to read another file, let's see, because nginx is used, so we can try to read nginx default site, which is inside etc/nginx/sites_default sites_enable and /default. This is the file, I think, inside nginx. Let's see. Okay, so we need to change this thing into the hell.dtt file. Fine, come back here, just copy this one and paste it here, paste that, save it, and now let's try to upload this file one more time, payload.web. okay, as we upload it here, go back, we get anything? No, we did not get. Okay, clear. back, payload.wav, nope, we save it, it's saved, etc nginx sites underscore enable default. Let's just upload one more time, payload.wav. It's getting but not giving us anything. So let's see, resource is equal to etc nginx sites underscore enabled. So I did the blunder. Why? Because this should be dash, not underscore. Come on. So let's just create these files again. Okay, payload.wav, it is calling hell.dtd and we have this as hell.dtd. Add new, paste that, save it and save it as hell.dtd. Okay, now it will work. I hope so. So come back here, payload.wav, back to the PHP server, and yeah, this time that works. So what I'm going to do again, just copy this, Control Shift C, and here I'm gonna say echo, paste that, pipe base 64 space -d to decode. And as you can see, this application is hosted on port 80 and this is the root directory. So this is very important information. Why? Because we know that the directory can be inside where or maybe somewhere else. And as you can see, this is the blog, which is also the database name, but this we cannot even guess. So that's it. This is important for us. And why I need to see the root directory of web application? Because I'm looking for wp config. So wp config is the configuration file. Inside that file we may get the credentials. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, come back here and paste that. Okay, now what we need to do, just we need to copy this and paste it here, paste that, and inside this we need wp underscore config dot php file. This is the configuration file. So now we just need to change this part in the hell.dtd. So any file you want to read, just change it here, save it, come back here and refresh it one more time, add new file and payload.wav, come back to your PHP server. It's calling hell.dtd. Again, maybe I did the same mistake. Yeah, it should be wp-config. Okay. wp-config. So back here again, I save this one or not? Yeah, save it. Come back here, upload this file back to the PHP server, and this time we get this. So copy this back here, clear that, echo base 64 space -d and paste this value, hit enter. Okay, so now we have this wp underscore config file. I'm going to control copy, come back here, add new, paste it. Okay, and save it as wp-config.php. Now let's see if we have any credential. There are keys. This is FTP credential, as you can see. So the username for FTP is metapress.htb and this is the password. So that's what I think we need. So is that here? FTP user. Okay. Because the port number 21 was open. So let's try FTP 10.10.11.186. Okay. This is the username. Copy that, paste it here, hit enter, and this is the password. So copy this back here and paste the password, hit enter. Now we are inside FTP ls, and there are two directories, blog and mailer. Let's say ls blog. So inside blog there are a lot of file, wp-config.php. we already had it. Okay, so that is actually the root directory of website. Okay, let's see what is inside mailer. So there is PHP mailer. It's using PHP mailer library to send the emails, and there is send email.php. So this is also important. Why? Because whenever you configure the PHP mailer to sending the mail, you need to provide the username and password from which mail you are going to send the email. So I would like to see this cd mailer, and inside mailer I would like to get this file, send mail, paste selection, hit enter. Back here, this is the file, and as you can see, this is the username for J Nelson, and this is the password. Now let's try to copy, come back here. We don't need that. Exit, clear SSH J Nelson at 10.10.11.186, hit enter, and the password we already copied, which is this, hit enter, and we are logged in. ls space -la and cat user.text. this is the first flag we have. Okay, now clear this, ls space -la. Here you can see there is one file which is interesting to me. This is the directory passpy. Let's see what passpy is. Passpy exploit. We need to first of all verify the version. So let's see, passpy space -h for help. There is no passpy. Oh, this is some kind of password vault, because as you can see there is password for J Nielsen and also password for root, but it is not in the clear text. Passpy space -help. Okay, so -- version, right? So clear that, passpy - version. Yeah, so version is 1.6.1, and here is passpy exploit for version 1.6.1. okay, let's see this one. This is command line password manager. So this is the same thing we saw before. To install it, we can install like this. This is not the exploit actually. Commands, we already saw the commands. Let's see what inside this passpy. cd dot passspy ls space -la. So there are three directories, config, key, and ssh. ls space hyphen la ssh j Nielsen dot pass and root dot pass. Cat root dot pass cd ssh cat root dot pass. This is the password, and as you can see, pgp message. That means there are key directory also. Maybe the private key and public key is inside keys. So let's see, cd dot dot slash dot keys ls space hyphen la. Where we are still inside keys. Cd dot dot clear ls space hyphen la cd. No, actually this is not directory, this is file. So cat dot keys. Yeah, this is the private key and this is the public key. We don't need public key, we actually need private key. So I'm going to copy this private key, copy that, and come back here, clear this nano, and let's say pgp private, and paste that here. Control X this file. So let's try to crack this private key from John. So gpg to John, and the file is going to be pgp private, and I'm going to create the hash of this file. We can say key hyphen hash. Okay, cat key hash. Yeah, so hash is there. Now we need to just key hash from John space hyphen w for the word list. So word list is going to be user share word list rocku.txt, and let it crack the password. And as you can see, we get the password. So you can say this is the passphrase, and using this passphrase we can decrypt those passwords. But how we will do that, we need to check that out. Pass by hyphen help. So this is to add show current configuration, copy credential password to clipboard, export credentials in plain text. Let's try this one. So pass by export, and export the credential in plain text. Export with export file path. So we need to actually also provide file path, which we can do it or /home/ or we can /dev/shm/ and the file name, let's say password.txt. Hit enter, and it is asking for passphrase. So the passphrase we already cracked, which is blink 182. Copy that, come back here, paste it, and hit enter. Okay, so clear from here, ls space hyphen la /dev/shm, and password.txt is there. So cat password, sorry, /dev/shm/ password.txt. And as you can see here, there is root password, and this is the J Nielsen password. We already have this password, right? And this is the root password. So we can directly Copy this, and from here we can su root. It's asking for password, so I'm going to paste the password, which is this one. Copy, paste that, hit enter, and we are root. So who am I? ID, we are root. Okay, we can also try to get SSH with this password. Clear all of this. SSH root at 10.10.11.186 and just paste that, hit enter. Permission denied. Why? Copy, paste selection, hit enter. So I think root user, with root user we cannot SSH, but from here we can switch user to root, and this is the password. Copy, paste selection. Yeah, we are root. Clear that. cd/root ls space -la cat root.txt. So this is the root flag. So that's it for this video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Bye.